but I have to ask.
And I just, because never would have thought this dude would actually say this stuff out loud.
Because, this is part of what my story is about. A lot of people have linked you to the Melania launch. And that is a big question on everyone's mind, mine especially, which is, were you part of the Melania launch? And was that sniped as well?
Bro. Let's let it go.
Look, I think that, I told you like beforehand before this started, I'm happy to share the truth, but you're asking a question that's, it's just, I'll answer, but it's factually going to put me into a lot of danger, which is fine. I'll answer. I was part of it. I think the team did want to snipe it because of how big the snipe was on Trump's. And we weren't we definitely weren't the big sniper. We were not that was what we were trying to avoid. And we didn't make there was no money made from the Melania team we didn't take any liquidity out. Zero.
You see how he perked up? That's the same thing I did. I was like, wait a minute. He said that weird.
One to look at, like, from because I know like both money was raised and the most amount of money was made was on Trump. I think that's the best example, just being honest, because that, right? That people were able to buy in at 500 million.
Yeah. Like people snipe that coin too, you mean?
No. Like before it launched at some private dinner, that they gave people special access to buying it.
You said we didn't take any liquidity out. One of the wallets we traced to the Portnoy thing, thing, your wallet or not, I don't know if it's your wallet, whoever's wallet that was, sent money to a wallet which had got sent $1.5 million of Melania token from something called Melania-liquidity2.sol. And then that wallet seemed to sell Melania tokens.
That doesn't sound very anonymous, does it? It doesn't sound very anonymous, does it? Okay, it's not that
it received for free. So you said y'all didn't sell any tokens.
Hold on.
That it received for free. So you said y'all didn't sell any liquidity, but
didn't swap liquidity. Didn't swap liquidity. Didn't swap into single-sided. I didn't say there was no money sold. There's a difference between swapping the liquidity and selling liquidations. Those are two different things.
Oh, come on. Oh my God, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's the bullshit. It is. I can smell the doo-doo through the microphone. I can smell it. Here, let's move on. I want to move on to another part of the conversation. And again, I think that there is this idea that the market isn't being manipulated, and or it's not being manipulated artificially. And again, let's just let them talk about it.
If people want to engage in meme coins, here,
hold on. Sorry, I apologize.
I think meme coins are rent-seeking zero-sum games that extract value from the majority of people who engage in them and disproportionately benefit insiders by how it works, how the deals are structured, and by the fact that for someone to make $1, you have to lose $1, right?
I agree with that. I agree with that sentiment.
So I think the whole thing is misguided from the outset. But obviously I focus my efforts on where there is an unfair element of either fraud or insider trading or something that colloquially people agree is wrong. Because if people want to engage in meme coins, that's fine. But if they're going to engage in meme coins, I think at least the market should be fair. Like, I think meme coins are stupid, but even if you want to engage in stupid things, it should be fair. This is what happened with casinos, right? Casinos, there's a bunch of fraud in addition to the unfair gambling element. And so then they got super regulated. There's a reason casinos are regulated. It's because people were getting screwed. And so I think the same thing can and should eventually happen with this stuff, although there's obviously a big push to deregulate everything on the other side. Look, I mean, obviously, I know this is a bit of a sensitive topic, but I have to ask.
And I just, because never would have thought this dude would actually say this stuff out loud.
Because, this is part of what my story is about. A lot of people have linked you to the Melania launch. And that is a big question on everyone's mind, mine especially, which is, were you part of the Melania launch, and was that sniped as well?
I mean, I told you like beforehand but before this started, I mean, I'm happy to share the truth, but I mean, you're asking a question that's it's just, I mean, I'll answer, but it's factually going to put me into a lot of danger, which is fine. I'll answer. I was part of it. I think the team did want to snipe it because of how big the snipe was on Trump's. And we weren't we definitely weren't the big sniper. We were not that was what we were trying to avoid. And we didn't make there was no money made from the Melania team we didn't take any liquidity out. Zero.
You see how he perked up? That's the same thing I did. I was like, wait a minute. He said that weird. He said why did you describe it like that? It would have been my next question. I would have been like, wait a second, let's clarify. Let's see what because my eyebrows went up the first time I heard this too. I was like, my ears perked up first time I heard this too. Let's hear what this young man's got to say for himself.
Okay. Wow. That's like shocking news, but I want to zoom in on that point. You said like, well, we didn't take any liquidity out. One of the wallets we traced to the Portnoy thing, thing, your wallet or not, I don't know if it's your wallet, whoever's wallet that was, sent money to a wallet which had got sent $1.5 million of Melania token from something called Melania-liquidity2.sol. And then that wallet seemed to sell Melania tokens.
That doesn't sound very anonymous, does it? It doesn't sound very anonymous, does it? Okay, I just thought I'd...
that it received for free. So you said y'all didn't sell any tokens.
Hold on.
That it received for free. So you said y'all didn't sell any liquidity, but I
didn't swap liquidity. Didn't swap liquidity. Didn't swap into single-sided. I didn't say there was no money sold. There's a difference between swapping the liquidity and selling liquidations. Those are two different things.
I'm sorry. Oh, come on. Oh my God, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's the bullshit. It is. I can smell the doo-doo through the
or hurt my family. So it's a much different thing than, cartels in Argentina coming after you, or other places too. I mean, there's multiple threats, both in the U.S., outside the U.S. So I want nothing to do with this, and I don't want to make any money. So, I mean, you can take that for whatever you want, but I think.
Okay, so he doesn't want to make any money, but he's the guy holding the $110 million hostage. Because essentially, so the way he's describing this is he's saying there are people that designed the coin. He's part of the rollout folks, and then there's like the money people, and then maybe like and then like the people that are doing kind of the advertising. And essentially what he's trying to sell everybody is that I'm just the rollout guy. I'm just a structure guy. I just want the thing to work. And these other technical guys and these other guys are the ones that are doing all the sniping and da-da-da-da-da. And then I'm just following directions. And then it just so happened that I happen to be in possession of the last bit of actual capital, like the real money, and everyone else has gotten screwed, and everybody now can see that I have the lone wallet with all the money in it, and I don't know what to do now. Like I am the one that has stolen all the money. Maybe I didn't realize that I just stole all the money, or maybe I didn't realize that everyone would be able to see that I stole all the money, or maybe I expected there to be more money and it wouldn't seem like I was the only one. However, it looks like the money's been stolen and I have it and I don't exactly know what to do with it. That's his situation right now. Exactly, Sheridan. He stole it. He stole it. Let's continue.
I think it's just a different thing.
Interesting. Look, I think, you're an interesting figure in some ways. I think my position on meme coins. I won't, berate you too much about. I disagree with it. I disagree with the sniping. I disagree with a lot of this stuff. But I think you're an interesting figure in some ways because you represent sort of the other side of the curtain, right? You've seen the inside of some of the biggest launches on the planet. The LIBRA coin, for all its problems, was a huge launch. Melania coin. What do regular people need to know? Like you said, people should. What does the back end of these rooms look like? How much money is being made by the teams? What is actually, insider information? If you really think people should, be educated, you kind of were like, hey, people should think about these things. What should they think about from your perspective? Like what is going on the inside?
Yeah, I think the best.
That's a great question. Broken Blade, you kind of touched on what you think, or kind of, just touched on your experience on, kind of dealing or messing with these coins a little bit. Off the top of your head, knowing what you know now, what exactly, is that, do you feel burned? Would you invest in another coin at another time? Are you kind of over it? How personally?
Pretty much over it.
Pretty much over it.
Maybe Bitcoin or Ethereum.
Mm-hmm.
They probably leaning more towards Ethereum, like if just in case we ever reach a point where people just collectively say fuck all this crypto. Ethereum at least had a blockchain technology. I think that mainstream banks might pick up and do something with.
Gotcha. Okay. So you're kind of saying okay, maybe the as it sits, the way the coins are being moved around and so on, the way it's being used, if that changes a little bit, you're saying you think Ethereum has a little bit more staying power because it's kind of the way that they use the technology can bleed into other things. Gotcha. Okay, gotcha. That makes a lot of sense.
One to look at, from because I know both money was raised and the most amount of money was made was on Trump. I think that's the best example, just being honest. Because that, right? That people were able to buy in at 500 million.
Yeah. Like people snipe that coin too, you mean?
No. Before it launched at some private dinner, that they gave people special access to buying it.
Do you hear that?
F5.
What?
Hold on.
Before it launched at some private dinner,
Or it launched.
that they gave people special access to buying it. F5.
What?
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Who gave that? Who gave that?
But that was what I was told. Like there were people at a.
That's what he was told. Well, it wasn't me, Shaggy. It wasn't me.
Some sort of crypto event in Washington D.C.
If that's I don't know if that's true, but if that's true, that's
I was told. That's what I was told, by the way.
Okay, so give me your point. So your point is with that though.
So my point is with that, and with Trump or any of these big ones, like it is an insider's game. This is an unregulated casino. Like if you're a retail trader thinking you're going to go make millions off of meme coins, you better study your fucking ass off. Like how do you think Pump Fund works? Pump Fund, the coin bonds, people put money in, insiders know about it first, it rips up, and it's who loses last. That's how it's a game. Every single one of these is a game. There's none of them that aren't games. The only ones that aren't games are ones that have completely died and a tiny group of people decide to CTO them. So whether it's Trump, Melania, Libra, FWOG, what other huge ones are there? I mean, you could just keep naming them. All of these are a game. And so from a retail perspective, I highly encourage people, unless they have, like if you have $100,000, go spend 10 and play the game if you want to do that. But it's not a good idea. It's like going to the casino, which is like that's the game. My game is I thought that some of these meme coins would turn into utility and would turn into like giant cross promotions and cool utility and partnerships and getting people like really, really socially like connected through finance. And I don't think that at the current moment. Obviously, I don't even want to do this. And don't even know how I would. I've gotten very good at being a launch strategist.
I've gotten really good at being a launch strategist. That's how you steal. Oh man, where's that crypto always fail? There's nothing tangible there. Exactly. Cheap labor and cheap energy is how you build an empire. That's what I'm saying. It's like you're trading dollars for dollars.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the part that I was like, I don't get it. I don't quite get it. I'm like,
dollars with no regulation.
Yeah. I just was never able to figure, and I'm like, I don't quite get it, but okay. All right. And so I have not been able to, and this guy says exactly what I always thought, that no one was ever either understood about the whole situation or was willing to admit. Right. And so, everyone's like, oh, it's the way things are going to be, so you can earn this, that, you'll be able to do this, to be that, this is going to increase in value here. What's his face that used to be up in here? The brother, the Haitian dude, Ronan. Shout out to, Black Ronan if I ever hear, bump into you again. But he was kind of on that crypto thing, and I'm like, I don't know, man. Like spending 100 to make 105 seems kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like risking 100 to maybe make 105, maybe make 110, maybe make 115, 120 on $100. Basically making $10, making $15, or it just doesn't seem.
Well, is it like the allure to it, to like how people thought, like if it was one that was legit, like with Bitcoin, people that got in on that, like something like $10 get you like multiple hundreds of it, because it'd be like 0.000000526 of a dollar. So if you got it on that early with like 10, 20 bucks,
yeah, that makes sense.
That shoots up to like $1 each.
Yeah.
There it is.
You're killing the game, yeah. But I mean, but again, that's part of because you were an early adopter. that the value, the risk that you take by being an early adopter is the value. That's what you're purchasing. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So what we were talking about is intrinsic value or whatever, right? I don't have gold that's going to back this up. I don't have I'm not paying for a service. I'm trading dollars for dollars, right? But if I get in early, then, and I'm not banking on it making whatever. What I'm doing is I'm hoping that the utility of it is worth it, and I'm going to get paid because I'm taking a risk on the utility of it. Because again, I'm buying it in good faith, and I'm risking what I'm risking. I'm paying for. But what's happening is they're trying to jump in now when all the hard work or the heavy lifting of Bitcoin has already been done. So now it's like, well, Bitcoin is obviously reached escape velocity where it's hard to screw Bitcoin at this point because there's enough people in the ecosystem so as not to screw everything up. But these brand new coins are vulnerable in that way. And so unless you come in right and have ways to keep people from taking advantage, people are going to take advantage. Anyways, that's all I really wanted to get out. I thought that this was a very interesting conversation that was had, and I'm not sold per se, but maybe eventually. But I'm a little bit about the what you call it. Anyways, Broken Blade, what are your thoughts? I'm gonna keep unfortunately got to run. I wasn't trying to keep you guys super duper late. I was gonna end the stream. I'm gonna keep it kind of short. But is there anything that you want to add, bro, before we get up out of here?
Yeah, reminded of a job I worked a couple years ago. It was lumber, loading 18-wheelers. There was a guy on the job that was like a known snitch. He got people in trouble for like snitching to the boss about whatever. I know the dude, he was targeting me for a couple weeks. Which I didn't really pay too much mind to, just like stuck to my job, and I knew guess he heard a couple of bosses complaining about me working slow or whatever. But the bosses, it was like one thing in particular they wanted to stack a very specific way. I was taking the time to getting over a cold, my bad.
That's all good. Take your time. You're good.
Taking the time to stack the things how we wanted. We still wasn't happy with it. Kind of went to like a tirade about it. The guy eventually he approached me started to help me out with the truck. He kind of stopped like you be getting a lot of grief about not being like particularly fast. Yeah, a little bit. But now I see why. Like, you're the only one here actually doing the job right. Everybody else rushes through to meet the quotas. He backed off after that. Bringing it to this, there's a lot of working class people that have been busting their ass for years. Always feel like they're behind, like further back than they should be. Always hearing that from the powers that be, they're not working hard enough, they don't have enough certifications, this, that, and the third. I think here we got proof that maybe you're behind because you're the only one playing the game fairly.
That's a very, go ahead, oof. Get that down.
All of these people that we've been made to believe all this time, there's just something special about them. They have better knowledge about money. Like, no, they're just thieves. And again, like, shout out to the internet. We're able to compare notes more. We're able to see the man behind the curtain more. hopefully eventually people open their eyes. We'll have a righteous revolution in this country. One not focused on race. Hopefully people realize that's another distraction also. We collectively get our heads out our asses and call these people out properly. I'll land my plane there.
Yo, I gotta ask. and I know you landed, but how do you? Okay, because what we're talking about is like slow and steady wins the race. Is that kind of what we're saying? A little bit, or no? Yeah. Right? I don't know. Right? Because what I'm getting at is there is a particular you have to be confident that what you're doing is the right thing. Right? Like you didn't switch up. Even though they were giving you a hard time, you stayed doing it the right way no matter what.
Yeah.
Right? Like you didn't switch up. You could have switched up, you never switched up. You had grief, you got grief over it. It's not like you got paid more aggravation. Right? And it's not like, and you're, so it's a lot. So it would have been easier for you to do what everybody else was doing. What made you, was that a conscious thing?
Oh, I think so.
You're just like, I'm just going to do it right. Was it even a question at all? We're just like, I'm just going to do it right. Like, this is the right way. I'm going to do it the right way.
It's best summed up in a quote from Star Trek TNG. If we're to be damned, I'd rather be damned for what I truly am. Because
wait, what did that come off
of? Star Trek the Next Generation.
If I'm going to be damned,
let's be damned for what we truly are.
Best be damned for what we truly are. Oh, hell yeah. Sorry, go ahead. That was a good one. Shout out to Star Trek. Yeah. It's a good one. I like that.
But yeah, I knew it was like one of those, just a no-win scenario. Like if I did rush, like eventually somebody's going to complain about the sloppy job. I'll be getting signed out for that. So like, may as well just do it right. If I have to lean toward one or the other, lean more toward doing it the right way.
That makes sense. I feel you. I mean, 100%. It's just not, that's a rare thing to do it the right way. When we talk about it, like this is not the first time we've talked about doing it the right way, right? You doing it. So a lot of times it's like doing it the right way is the more, what was that? Was that a video we were watching about, the divorce court? Were you talking about that? Where the guy was basically getting punished for doing the right thing.
Oh, jeez.
Like his wife was coming after him in divorce court and going all this stuff, and it was like they were punishing him for being like present and he was being punished basically. It was crazy. Anyways, look, man, I hate to see people getting screwed. Crypto, a lot of people won't, they want to get the get rich quick scheme. We talked about the Freedmen's Bank at the very beginning. One of the very first defaults of a bank in this country was the savings of Black people, right? Like the trial run was on Black people. So people ask all the time, like, why don't you trust the banks? Why don't you trust the hospitals? Why don't you trust the services? Because they've screwed us traditionally is why. And so I looked at this with suspicion from the very beginning. And you know what? It might have been just the Nigerians and the Haitians and the tethers that were trying to get me to bite. Now that I think about it, that might have been what happened. But as an American Black, like, bro, like land, businesses, tangibles, gold, corn, cotton, tobacco, like wood, something, services. You built something, you built a house, you built the farm, you built a barn, we built something with our hands, tangible stuff. The idea that I can go buy this digital coin and this digital coin is going to double, triple, quadruple in value, and all of a sudden I'm going to get to double, triple, quadruple my money out of it is a fool's errand, if you ask me. If you ask me. And again, it'd be one thing to just have it and store it and say, oh, you know what, my $300 is $302, you know, this year, or $304, or maybe even like $400, but I'm not depending on that money increasing in value as to why I have it. It's just because it's just a means to buy other things. That's all. That's all it really is. And I just want our people not to get caught up in these scams. You know, if you got people or friends in your friends and family that dibble and dabble sometimes, that's one thing. But like, if you happen to know somebody that's about to put their life savings on one of these meme coins or whatever, don't let them do it. That's what I'm getting at. Don't let them do it. Like, don't let us. If these white boys want to scam each other, if these white boys want to scam each other, let them scam each other. But don't just, because you're just giving these billionaires money, bro. And you know what? And I wasn't gonna play it, but look, let me just do this real quick.